Hey guys, it's Cthulthu here. So it is finally over. The road to the completion escape is finally over. I got it actually late on Friday night. So yeah, the way it worked out is I basically pretty much did everything on Friday in the end. It started with Friday morning, early Friday morning, where I did Elemental Workshop 4. Then I went to sleep, and then the next day I got, so I did the Firemaker's Quest first. Then I got my fire cape, first try. I did actually die in the fight, in the battle against Jad, but I was resurrected by the Karajama Diaries achievement thingy, and then I finished off Jad and got the fire cape. And then I did Elder Kill on the quest, then gave in my fire cape, and then I could finally do, what do you call it? Fight Kiln. I could finally do Fight Kiln. And also, so I left it a couple of hours before actually doing Fight Kiln. I wanted to have my aura ready to use for the last hour of Fight Kiln. I definitely was estimating that it was going to take me at least 2, maybe even 3 hours. In the end, it just took me over 2 hours, I believe. So for far longer than what experienced people can do it in. Probably even people doing it for the first time could have done it faster than me. But yeah, and then I had numerous problems while I was in the Fight Kiln, so it wasn't straightforward as I was hoping. I had plenty of problems with the Jad. I was pretty nervous, and I did screw up quite a few times. It wasn't just screwing up on prayer switching, but also just screwing up generally on where I was and where I was standing, etc., and forgetting things. But yeah, so maybe on like 10-15 occasions I made mistakes with prayer switching, so quite often, and luckily none of them were fatal. But it did cost me a lot of Saradomin brews, and actually, if you watch until the end of the video on the final wave, you will see that I only had about 3 or 4 doses of Saradomin brew left, and in fact I only had about 2 or 3 flasks left by the time I'd only killed about, I don't know, a quarter of the boss's health. So I did start to panic just a bit, but I managed to keep it calm. I started using the Constitution Crystal, which was the only crystal I think I used, because it was the only one that made any use to me, that became of use to me. And then let's see, so what else? So oh yeah, and then in terms of the Jad failures, so there's one that's actually going to be in this video. The other one though was probably the worst time I could have screwed up. Well, the second to worst time that you could possibly screw up. It was the wave where I had the Jad, I had the 360 Major, I had the Melee and the Ranger. They were all on me, and yeah, I was standing the wrong side of the middle rock. And it's basically the only time the Jad doesn't spawn in the same place. It usually spawns in the southwest corner, and then the 5th Jad that you kill just before the duo, basically, it spawns in the northern area, and it caught me off guard, and I almost died. In fact, I should have died. I can't believe I didn't, and I'm sure if I had got video footage of it, you would have been amazed as well that I survived. But I managed to trap the Jad once I managed to regain my nerve and regain my bearings, and I made it through that somehow. And then there was the duo Jad, but that was nice and easy. By the time I was on the 6th and 7th Jad, which is the duo Jads, you know, you've killed so many Jads by that stage within such a short amount of time that nervousness and that fear of getting things wrong, it just completely disappears. In the back of your mind, you're always still thinking, you know, if I die now, then I'm going to have to do this all over again for another hour or 2. And can I be bothered to do it straight away, because it's just such a huge failure. But yeah, by the time you get to the last 2 Jads, you really get used to it, and you might have even learnt a few new things. So for example, I've only ever killed Jad 3 times beforehand. My first fire cape, which I lost at Kal fights of all places, because I died and I was poisoned and I DC'd, and I didn't reconnect and get back in time to get my fire cape back. The second one I sacrificed for the Jad pet, and my third one, what happened to my third one? Oh, yep, the third one I got on Friday, which I then sacrificed to get into Fight Kiln. So I'd only killed Jad 3 times previously, and obviously the first 2 times were ages and ages ago. We're talking about 3, maybe even 4 years ago, because I don't PK with fire capes or anything like that, so it's not really hard for me to keep hold of my fire capes, unless I want to get rid of them like I did with the Jad pet. But yeah, so I mean, so it was kind of like killing Jad all over again. But also, Jad is a lot easier to kill now, because I used to have to rely on sound, but now I can clearly see what attack the Jad is going to use by its movements. Anyway, that obviously didn't help me that much anyway, because I still made mistakes. I still died once in Fight Pit, though I was resurrected. And yeah, so that's pretty much it. And then, like I said, there were 2 major Jad errors I made. The second one will be in the video, so I won't explain that. You can just watch it. In fact, you'll probably have watched it or are watching it right now. And then let's see, so the final boss. Now, for some reason, I was so caught up in the difficulties of killing Jad, wanting to know where they would spawn, making sure that I would trap them properly, even though I still managed to mess up on that the one time. I didn't actually do enough research on the final boss, and so when it came to the final boss, it then occurred to me that I actually knew nothing about killing this guy. All I knew is that every now and again his head would pop up, and I would have to try and kill it as fast as possible. Using a magic crystal would help me hopefully get 600s with Staff of Armadyl, the Armadyl Storm spell, whatever it's called. I don't know if I actually ever hit that high. Towards the end I wasn't using the magic crystal though. I was using Constitution crystals, and I know I was only hitting 270 with that. So yeah, a bit disappointed with Storm of Armadyl actually. And then what else? So I didn't know what to do in terms of the tentacles. So at the beginning I was attacking them and trying to get rid of them. But yeah, I couldn't see the benefit of doing that. So towards the end I just stopped attacking them altogether, and just made sure that I was positioning myself on the map, in a way that I'd get attacked the least, so that it wouldn't, I wouldn't take so much damage. Also, again, another thing I didn't know was what to pray and what to wear. So I started wearing Ganodermics and praying range, thinking that might be the best. But then I switched to Varax and prayed mage, and I felt that was probably a lot better. And plus the tentacles I tended to get were more of the ranged tentacles. No, sorry, more of the mage tentacles. So yeah, it definitely seemed best for me to mage there. But yeah, so I didn't do enough research, so I was kind of caught off guard, which was a bit stupid of myself. But anyway, in the end, I finished with 3 or 4 doses of Saradomian brew left. It was a bit panicky towards the end. I was like, where the hell is the head? It seemed like it was like 2 or 3 minutes at one point for the head to actually come up, which was really frustrating. But then that was it. I got the cape. I managed to do it. I couldn't believe it. So many chances I had to die, to screw up, and I, luck was on my side for sure. I got my random, and then I went straight to get my Completionist cape. I didn't even care about the Kiln cape. Why should you care about the Kiln cape when you're about to get a far bigger reward? I went and got my Completionist cape. 5 million, and it gave me a huge list of requirements now for trimmed Completionist cape. Something that I will never get, something that I will never accomplish, and that is simply because the 4K Castle War games, it's just too daunting to think about, and also, I mean, I don't know if there's any statistical difference between the 2 capes, but I feel that whatever the differences might be, it's not worth all the effort that is involved. Whereas with the Completionist cape, not only was I getting a great cape, I was also getting a great emote. I was getting the particle effect that I wanted to, even though I guess you could say 120 DG was enough. But why stop at 120 DG when it's so easy to then get Completionist cape from then on? So yeah, that was my reason for getting Completionist cape, but that's where I'm drawing the line. And also another big thing. So I mean, I don't know if you've ever seen my experience, but I've got a lot of experience in a lot of different skills. Especially, in fact, they're not actually the major skills that people like to train really fast, like thieving and fletching and all that kind of stuff. They're actually in slower trained skills like woodcutting and fishing, but also attack, strength, defense, hit points, range, mage, etc. So all sorts of skills. Anyway, what I mean by that is I went from rank 1.7k to something like 500 and, well, no, actually I know exactly, 524 when I got that final dungeoneering level. So while I am quite highly ranked, at least in my opinion I am, I've never been in the 3 digits before, so this is definitely new to me. And yeah, I mean, I guess I might start thinking about going up a couple of ranks every now and again, maybe concentrating on getting as much experience as possible. I don't know if I even want to be one of those players. I probably won't be one of those players, because I probably, you know, I want to enjoy this game, and I enjoy Slayer, and that's probably what I'll be doing. So in a way, I'll be achieving both things at the same time. I'll still be getting an awful lot of experience that will count to ranks, but I'll still be doing something that I want to be doing. Anyway, I'll talk more about the future in another video, but let's talk about what's been achieved. So 6 months ago, I wanted to get my Dungeoneering cape. I wanted to get 120. I wanted to get my Completionist cape. I got my Goliath gloves. I got my Berserker imbued. And I mean, right now, I'm wearing. You're not seeing this, but I'm wearing a Nate helm. I'm at Armored Zombies. I'm wearing a Nate helm. I'm wearing a Salve amulet, I'm wearing Completionist cape, Celtic rapier, Varax, even though under normal circumstances I'd be wearing Bandos, Dragon Defender, Goliath gloves, Steadfast boots, Berserker imbued ring. As far as I'm concerned, I've got the best combination of strength and attack gear that you can have in this game, and that makes me proud. That alone, that's what I was really going for. If I am going to be... No, again, I'm going to talk about the future in another video. So there we go, guys. Thanks for watching my videos. 77 days of vlogs. They won't end here. I'll keep going for quite a while to come. Only when I really get bored of making these vlogs will I stop, because I make these vlogs because I enjoy them. But thanks for your support. Thanks for watching these videos, guys. Thanks for listening and everything like that. And then until next video, guys. See you around.